2010 looks like it's going to end on an upbeat note for the American automobile industry with strong December sales. But with unstable global markets and a struggling U.S. economy, what is in store for 2011? Well, that's why we have Michelle Krebs, a senior analyst at Edmunds.com. She joins us from Southfield, Michigan. Michelle, good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Michelle, will the automobile recovery continue into next year? Is there more oomph behind all this buying?
We absolutely think there is. We expect next year to be a much better year. We're predicting a SAAR, a seasonally adjusted annual rate of sales of 12.9 million vehicles. And we are expecting this year to come in at 11.5, so a significant improvement.
That is a significant improvement. What accounts for that? What's the source of your optimism for the automobile industry?
Well, for one, pent-up demand. We've never seen scrappage rates so low. And the other thing is that we're seeing is every month credit availability gets better. So what we don't see is housing improving and the job situation improving, but at least they've stabilized and they're not going to get worse. So, and we see that the consumer is very motivated to buy. If we looked at how they went to the malls over the Christmas holidays, we're seeing that same kind of confidence in the showrooms.
Now, Michelle, the incentive to buy isn't being compounded because of big incentives coming from the automobile manufacturers, correct? I mean, there doesn't seem to be a lot of giveaways.
No, not at all. In fact, we've seen incentives drop off from a year ago, and we're anticipating that they'll be relatively low compared to, a few years ago, going into 2011 as well.
So what are some of the trends that will be a hallmark of success for the automobile industry? Will it be the sale of electric vehicles or hybrids?
Well, we don't see that being a huge part of the market, and in fact, hybrid sales have been down every year for the past 3 years, and we're expecting that this will be another down year. So electric cars are going to, for a while, be a niche part of the market. They do generate a lot of excitement, that's for sure. There are a lot of new small cars coming out. We saw a little bit of downward trend of the small car market. We think that might increase this next year because of excitement over new vehicles. The surprising one has been the mid-size segment with vehicles like Hyundai Sonata, Ford Fusion. That has been a very strong segment, and it probably will still be.
Michelle, what about the role of the U.S. automobile makers, Ford, Chrysler, as well as GM? Do you see they gaining market share compared to, let's say, what happens at Toyota?
Certainly, we've seen Toyota drop off this year, and they don't have a lot of new product. That's the thing that I think that's been missed. Yes, they've been hurt by recalls, but they also don't have a lot of new product coming. So it's the domestics that have all the new product coming, and if you have the new product, you're going to win.
And what about the interior of the automobile itself? For example, Ford has been highlighting all of the electronics and indeed the consumer electronics having to do with computers and connecting to your various entertainment devices. Is that going to be a focal point for consumers?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Ford has led the way with MySync and myford.com and those kinds of things. Electronics are going to become bigger and bigger in vehicles, and we're going to see all kinds of one-upsmanship in that and more marketing of those aspects.
What about the luxury automobiles, Michelle? Are you going to see a return to people spending more for their automobile experience?
We already have seen some uptick in the luxury buyers. It's just, again, it's just like the Christmas shopping patterns. We saw the luxury stores do very well. The luxury buyer is coming back. We saw them come back quite strong in November, and that will probably continue, especially if the stock market continues to improve.
Michelle, do you have a favorite automobile right now?
No, I just like to watch interesting trends. I think it's very interesting to watch how Ford's recovering. It's been interesting to watch how the Koreans are on a roll. Always a lot of intriguing developments in this industry.
Will we see you in a Tesla in 2011, Michelle?
To test drive?
No, in a
yeah,
well, maybe even to own one.
Not to buy. Not to buy.
All right. We're going to leave it there. Michelle Krebs coming to us from Edmunds.com. Thank you very much for giving us some insight into the automobile industry.